They'll be calling you a radical. I've been reluctant to put this video up. I've known this knowledge for decades and years, and even recent knowledge, but this video could get me killed. They've got fixers. You think I'm kidding, so I'm going to expose the reality. Remember when they found the Bank of Utah plane on the tarmac in Tehran? Oh, we can't figure it out. We can't invent that. So Browning Arms was invented right there, the gun. They sold to both sides, World War I, World War II, thing, blah, blah, blah. They have fixers. They police the Weber State Library to this day. I have the Browning DNA all over my body. That's the 1905 Masonic Temple. So it was layered over the plaster. It was a nightmare. You should have seen it. So I talked him into letting me restore it. I hung from a rope on my rock climbing gear. In 2009, I hand chiseled it. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I put it all back together and hand chiseled it back apart. So I had pits in it this big. Everybody thinks I cut stone. I would mix my secret sauce in my garage so nobody could know what I did. And I put it together with plaster, with my hocket trowel, with my brushes, frescoed it, I feathered it. What a masterpiece. But why is that so important? Leslie Hodson, the great architect, every bit as important as Frank Lloyd Wright, maybe more. They tore down West Weber Elementary, my elementary. The only parish style left, tore it down. Carnegie right here, tore it down. This is one of his masterpieces. I want to talk about the fraud of Ogden, the fucking corruption of Weber County. So I'm at the, now get this, I am the media in Weber County, period. It's a fucking joke what's going on. Remember, I was given 2 months to live almost 7 years ago. I'm not even fucking, I'm just barely out of the open heart surgery rehab. I had emergency surgery on Earth Day this year. I'm still in the rehab program at the hospital to this day. So this process, they attack me, they abuse me while I'm under treatment. So this is real important. So Masonic Temple, 1905, both Roosevelt's in it all the time. All the time. Leslie Hodson's first 21. So I'm like, what permit? So I walk right across the street here to another Leslie Hodson masterpiece, the Ogden Municipal Building. I'll get some good shots, and we'll go for a walk. I says, what permits do I gotta have? What? What? We make a living off other people's taxes. Weber County has more government employees than any place in the country per capita. That's a fact, Jack. So let's first get to the fraud of the Ogden Standard Examiner. So Randy Richards owns a building. I had chiseled about it. This is a big deal. This is one of the most famous building in the Western United States, Barnum. They wanted to tear it down. I asked them what permits. They're like, what is it? We don't even know. This is the state and federal and the Weber County and the Ogden City Historical Societies right there across the street. They stare at it every day. What is it? That's what they told me. Fucking clown circus around here. Make a living off other people's taxes. So the Orpheum Theater set right there. The Grand, both the Marx brothers, two of the three Marx brothers. George Burns himself said it was his favorite bog. It was still there. 1980 was the first one of the historic restorations. So when they restored the Meyloma, which I did all that restoration, the hand-painted marble in there and stuff, that's me with a paintbrush. For Mr. Budge, for Jess, I did all that work for 25, 30 years over there. All that restoration's mine. All of it. So me, personally, not a crew, have exploited, like, what's his name says, well, God, it fell down over there. Where's the bill? I says, they got 2 illegals and a fucking chainsaw. That's how contractors work around here. It's corrupt as hell. This place is the most corrupt place in the world. So now that's adult payers. So Big D Construction, when they were remodeling in the 80s, put a chute down on top because they wanted it down. And just kept dumping on the top of it until they collapsed it. Yeah, Big D, the exploiters who just got busted by the feds. ICE just went in for more illegal exploitation cheater. Them scumbags. So now it's all date, patient, or roll. So the perpetual, they arrest you, put you on probation for life. They never let you off. The perpetual, that's what it's turned out to. The tallest 2 buildings in Ogden, Utah now. Juvenile Detention News Center down on 20th, right next to. I'm a Ogdenite. What's American can? So this is Randy Richards, the Bernie Allen, that's who owns it. They got in a lover's quarrel, and she's a Brown. This used to be called Brownsville. So he's married to a Brown. They fled over the Matthew Stewart corruption, over D. Smith's corruption. D. Smith was in the paper yesterday for his writing himself a check on the way out. He was only worked for the county attorney, didn't even get elected. He was placed there just for a couple years and then wrote himself for a check for $65,000 Solar County Command. It's so corrupt. He worked right in that building for a little while. I know him. So Randy left over to Matthew Stewart freaking. I mean, I know Dub Lawrence. Have you seen Peace Officer? Whoa. So, by the way, Ted Bundy was in this jail right here. So he calls a stand. Now remember, this is the Masonic Temple. Says you got to do a story on Kevin. I have 10,000. I never switch to the fake shit. All these fake people, they attack me, go after me, you know. And remember, I'm full of cancer. Those are felonies. I'm in critical condition in cancer. I mean, go talk to Vincent Henson. And I come from the family of doctors who saved me. It's my heart split open, who saved all these assholes around here. So I called the standard. So you got to come do this piece, whatever. They're right. We will not touch one story Kevin Blanch is involved with. What? What the fuck? Randy says, you're blackballed. I said, Randy, I know what that term means. Yet I saved in 1907. Well, remember, I had a lot of money when I was young. I was rich. I mean, self-made guy. The Tree and the Children's Museum, I worked 36 of them on Washington. I had 10,000 jobs right here in Weber County alone. 10,000! 10,000! You cannot literally drive up a straight block. My work. I never switched to the fake shit. I never exploited. Butch, my lead man, just was found dead in his sleep. Barry took a stroke. I mean, so stay with me. This is important. And I'll talk about Browning Arms right there, invented it right there. Selling to both sides, World War I. There will be no war profiteering in World War II like there was I. Look who's sitting next to FDR is going right at it. He spent a lot of time in that building. Lots of time. The New Deal, the World Bank was hatched right here. The Federal Reserve's named Mariner Eccles. I know Mariner personally. So they blackballed me, so get this. So the Department of Interior's here. This is a big bit. Now, wouldn't you think this is a major story for the local newspaper here? So the Department of Interior, they want to relocate the entire BLM headquarters out of D.C. in Ogden, Utah. So the lead freaking secretary, don't you love how they call him Madam Secretary? So we have a big hearing here at, I'm there, governor's there, hairsprayed masquerade party, Rob Bishop with his freaking wig on. The new wannabe royals walking through. I walk right through them. Beethoven. I can't believe you right through. This will lead me into this. Right through the center of the monarchy. You've got to step. They got to step aside from me. I walk right through their fucking Governor Herbert Michael. Governor Herbert's, you know, who I know. His father died. They don't care. They don't care. They walk around like royalty now, and these guys just here get on there. Johnny got his gun. John Browning would roll over. John Browning, the guy right there, right there, right there. Right here. So this leads me in when they killed Mary Teresa's hubby, Black Hand, same old thing, 1914. For the Browning gun. Oh, well, the Brownies were made in Lee National, right? They never made anything here. Oh, they're slick willies, boy. So that's why they avoided the no war profiteering freaking laws. They're billionaires with a B. So, as time unfolds, eat some? So, as it unfolds, Black Hand uses the Browning gun. So as it unfolds, they make all theirs at Lee National, goes all the way back to Napoleon. By the way, I was in Waterloo, I was in Austria with Frieda Eisenhower on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. Important event. So, everything's made there. So they say, well, Hitler had all these freaking Browning guns. Oh, he raided a thing in Poland, which has been proven wrong. He had hundreds of thousands of them. Hundreds, if not 4,000, which they found the contract was sold. It's a sham. So we'll go for a walk, and I'll show you some of the history. So, who owns? Right there. Oh, I got the Browning DNA all over my body, literally. One of the Browning girls and I wooed for a long time. What a female that was. Woo. First Prairie Bear in the cemetery, I go look at the name, Whitey. This county commission, this corruption, they attack a guy full of in critical condition. The state of Utah has gone after me. Gone after me. No public assistance. I was a millionaire when I got sick. Fucked it over. You watch how I roll, what I've done. They've attacked me at every angle possible known to fucking man. I'm a butcher. What's a cake? One of these people that comments says, I'm a Utah, and where's the Great Salt Lake? I'm a butcher. What's a cow? I'm a baker. What's a... I'm a butcher. What's swift meat? How swiftly they gutted our jobs, move them up to hire them, exploit illegal labor. It's not the exploiter, it's the exploiter. It's Ogden, Utah. It's criminal what they've done. It's Incredible criminal what they've done. They're derelict. These government employees are derelicts here. Derelict. Making a living off other people's taxes yet. Oh, gotta go, these people have food. They're the derelicts. Call one of them, they never work. Salmon claps in earnest, so we'll go for a walk. The Browning's own Bank of Utah. James Browning, hello, had their own wing at the Pentagon. Where was James Browning? He lived on top of 27th Street right here in Ogden, Utah. Where was his office and headquarters for 40 years? Tehran. Hello, New York Times. Hello, you vloggers and bloggers, shiny ball. Oh, conspiracy, free market fairy tales, you've been played. Fuck, it's like the evangelical church. How's the evangelicals and the Mormons on their knees for Donald Trump? Donald Trump's working you. He has nothing to do with you, evangelical. He doesn't mean anything to you. He doesn't mean yet you. Why? Because Fox News, you're useful fucking idiots. They played you. Don't you see Donald Trump and the freaking oligarchy? I like how they use the word Illuminati. These are the Illuminati. It's called imperialism. Illuminati is just a word they threw out there to get you shiny ball off of it. Mike Savage was paid to call it New World. It's old as Babylon, legal hell. It's a monarchy. It's called imperialism. These are the weapons dealers to the world. They're the weapons dealers to the world. Who owns Bank of Utah? It's right there. I'll show you. The Brownings. James Browning's office was in Tehran for 40 years. Against the law? There is no laws for these fucking weapons dealers. Ollie North used to talk. Brent Scowcroft, National Security Advisor, right here. British Score, Fun McKay Brody, Bernard DeVoto. I won't stop there. I mean, it's funny how you guys try to rewrite history. The Mormons were communists. They were communists. 100%. Abraham Hunsaker IV, my grandfather. Abraham Hunsaker I, they were communists. Redistribution of wealth. I mean, ignorance. Johnny got his gun. Weaver County drunk on ignorance. This county commissioner, Lieutenant Robbs, drains off the western freaking marsh behind my house. He's under police investigation, guilty as hell. The county attorney who I went to college, they won't charge anything because they're afraid. Of the club? Mitt Romney announces his free candidacy on his part. Mitt Romney's not from here. They're trying to put a nuclear waste dump cell on West 12th Street. It's all club. Go for a walk. It's unbelievable. I'm a butcher. What's Swift mean? The greatest union town in the history of the country. The bluest district in the history of the country. The richest middle class in the history of the country. Ogden, Utah. Until 1980, overnight. Boop, boop, boop. Free market fairy tales. Donald Trump played you. He has nothing to do with evangelicals. Nothing. He's evangelical. Born again. Him. He's your God. You're on your knees for him. The Mormons, you're on your knees for him. You deny your socialistic freaking roots. If it wasn't for my grandfather, they're the guys that found the sewer. My grandfather, if it wasn't for him, I'm Abraham Hunsaker, the fourth grandson. The fourth. The first settler. They did not believe in inherited wealth. They were communists. Fucking Brownies. I mean, I can write the book. Carl Hunsaker is my cousin. You know, me and her working together. They renamed it the Bigelow. Bigelow was a crook when the banking went here. You know, it's called the Archie Bigelow. Archie Bigelow was a crook. He was a banker. All of it right here, right here. Mariner scooped it up. Mariner called himself the Great Socialist, by the way. I knew him very personally. Died in 1880. He used to call me and my twin sister Hansel and Gretel. He was a gem. He would roll over in his grave seeing what the Eccles family has done to his life. By the way, though, Spencer Eccles is not his son. His two died. He left an endowment to Weaver County, $1 billion for drug and alcohol prevention, which we have an epidemic here. His son and daughter both died that way. Spencer's not his son. Spencer Jr. It's a disgrace to our place. We write our history. The World Bank's one right there. Let's go for a walk and let me show you this. I mean, so. That's a 1905 Masonic Temple. I mean, everything that was done, was done. So we'll just leave my tripod here. Oh yeah. You remember when Picasso did that great piece with the pyramid upside down on the tripod? God, what a masterpiece. I've recreated it so many times for this YouTube, but people are too ignorant. I've never worried about the art. I've always made the art. Ogden the Panty Painters. In Ogden, Utah. It's called Brownsville. Captain Brown was a crook. Mormon battalion. They did not honor the treaties that were signed in 47. Let me show you this. Leaf blowers. By the way, the orange shirts are prisoners. They're usually, as the salmon collapse, Oregon timber on the tipper. The jailbirds in the orange. That's what another exploitation do. It's their workforce. So Carnegie, they tore it down. They tore down almost like, we saved Polk by 60 votes. We rallied. Thank you God for my little grand. That's Abraham Hunsaker the 8th. That little grandson, saved Polk. That's him. That's Abraham Hunsaker the 8th. He goes to Polk. That's my grandson. We saved it by 60 votes. Thank you to everybody. I mean, look, so outrageous. Police state? I don't even blame the police. So the Mormon church were thrown out of this place. I have a porcelain Washington Blvd sign. I'm going to don't have a lot of stuff. But so why was the plane Bank of Utah in Tehran? Oh, we can't have nobody. Investigative bloggers, vloggers, fairy tale. Let me show you why. What? Well, they just recently moved here. Yeah, in 1870. This is the original right here. Now the original is the building next door right there. The Century 21, that's the original right there. Okay, let's connect these fucking dots. So the standard examiner does not show up to the hearing in the Weber Center. Don't you think that's a big deal? BLM is going to relocate in Ogden, Utah. Don't you think that's a big deal? Don't you think that's a big deal? You know how many fucking thousands of jobs we're talking? So she's up there, blah, blah, blah. So they won't even let no locals speak. I was guaranteed I'd get at least 10 minutes. Cut me off, Rob Bishwood. They bring this, oh, I'm from Manhattan, this transfer. I make bike wheels here. And we don't even like Ogden, but we stayed because they give us money. Oh, God, it made me want to throw up. But 7th generation Ogden natives. Oh, hell no. And I'll show you some more. I hope this camera keeps going. We'll make 2. Carnegie used to be said they tore that down. They tore, I mean, how about the Coliseum? That's, I mean, the other ones are museums. All Leslie Hobson's work. All freaking right. I mean, the schools, tore them all down. Weber High. My grandfather was involved when they tore it down. He warned them. He says, good luck trying to tear that down. 12th and Washington. They bankrupted 2 demo contractors. Said the wrecking ball was bouncing off the walls. We go to the Masonic Temple. So it's such a disgrace to our place. So 1905 Masonic, both Roosevelt's in there. Teddy was here, so was freaking FDR. How did Mariner become secretary of the, secretary? He ran the entire Federal Reserve. John Maynard Keynes. I don't know why I get credit for it. Tugwell. I don't know why I get credit for it, the New Deal. Mariner Eccles was not just theorizing, he was using everything. They were all hooked up inside there. They were Masons! Yo, Wattis is General Electric. They built the freaking reactors at Fukushima, Japan. That's in and all free. They cheated. There's the mighty Ben Lomond. All that restoration work's mine, all of it. You know, tore down the York, you know. All corruption. The corruption goes in earnest here. So, standard examiner doesn't even show up. You know, I thought we got a new owner, they'd be better. So, the Tribune and the Deseret News interview me. Okay, one line, I said, she ain't putting nothing. Oh, no, we will, Kevin. She claims that she did. Huh. You seen the article? Front page. No Kevin Blanch's comments. You know, but I have a YouTube channel because I am the fucking media. Let me show you this. This is an outrage. Look at this. This is so disgusting. So I want to show you, this is our memorial area, which was grand at one time. They've dwarfed it. That's Lorne Farr, smoked a peace pipe with Chief Cherokee when Stewart murdered Chief Cherokee. I'll write a book about that. You know, but Lorne Farr, the first mayor. Rightfully so, beautiful monument. Captain Brown, this was called Brownsville. They did not honor the United States Treaty. They were 100% distribution of wealth. Jedediah Smith. You seen the movie Revenant? Right here. It's right after Jedediah Smith and Jim Bridger's freaking journals. Here. Who's the fucking savages? Look at the date. Look at the date. Look at the date. 1826. Right here. Ogden. We got taught this one. John Weber. Denmark boy. Danish boy. Just like me. Rightfully so. Look what they do. Look what they do. Look what they do. Look at this. Do you know how many firefighters have been lost? And I respect firefighters. They get a paycheck. Firemen who never fought a fire. You got any more for construction workers? You know how many are killed a day here? Exploiting. See the quote? Please, please make it up. Okay, that goes to the Matthew Stewart when Jared was killed. You know, so SWAT team raids his house for a marijuana thing. He was asleep. Matthew Stewart, watch peace officer. You know, and it's sad that happened to Jared. He got sucked in. I mean, I don't believe in violence. It's not the answer. So they put this up. You know how many firefighters have been lost in Weber County in the history? None. So they dwarf our place. Here's Captain Brown. Now Linda's an heir. I know lots of heirs. A lot of heirs still live here. I'm friends with them all. They're so inspiring. You know, it's called Huntsville after Jefferson Hunt. Liberty's called Liberty after his son. You know, they were all Mormon battalion guys. They were communists. They did not honor the United States redrawing that line. I think it's honoring we restored Polk. Polk invades. He goes all the way to Mexico and freaking lowers the flag. The American Poppies had Taylor had it. The invader. The American Poppies was pissed. They just redrew that line. Abraham Hunsaker the first, guy at Old Town San Diego, walks up when they did the tree memorial in Monterrey, Mexico. Same one they did. It was Mexico. The Mormons still honored it as Mexico. They honored it in Mexico. They had their own currency there, as Mexico. It was called Brownsville. Captain Brown. He was freaking selling off deeds he claimed he had from the Mexican king. I mean, I'm all for this, but not in this place. I mean, the fire memorial, I'm all for it, but not here. I mean, because it was more. Government Port Conner, Matt Godfrey, who I taught with. Oh my God. You want to talk? By the way, they paid me in cash when I did that. They paid me in cash. I'm like, what? What? Good Lord. Of course, I got cancer right thereafter. So, there's the Brownie marker right there for his. So he was laying in a field right out by my house. So he saw the gas come back. They put it together right there. They tested it on the freaking battlefields in freaking World War I. The French were still fighting Purple Plume. They're mowing them down, murdering them like crazy. At the same time that they're experimenting with nerve gas. So that's why the plane was there. They're the weapons dealers to the world to this day. To this day. Standard Examiner, they got a new owner, same old, same old. They don't even show up. Don't you think that's a major story in Ogden, Utah? They're the Ogden, Utah paper. See any article, whatever? And they were there earlier in the day on the county commission of corruption. Did a little piece, which they all know that. They refuse to report it. It's a club. It's a club. Is it run there in the Masonics? Used to be. Run in the Mormon temple right down below. Wesley Hodgson masterpiece. They tore the top off of it. It used to have this section, and they had another section that had a top on it. I wrote a poem called The Old Lawyer about right here when he was killed, when I was doing this restoration. I should have done this. I've been afraid to do this video. I'm afraid they'll kill me. They have fixers. That's a fact. You know? So they're the weapons dealers to the world. That's why I mean, hello. I like how it's all in the past. New World Order. It's Old World Order. It's a monarchy. Illuminati. It's imperialism. Fucking same old. You see the Masonic symbol right there? So I restored this whole thing. Adult Probation and Patrol, Recovery Services from the Grand Orpheum Theater. And you should have seen it. It was still active when I was in my young 20s. Tore down illegally, but that's what they do here. Because they all make a living off other people's taxes. More people make a living off other people's taxes, rob and exploit. Look at, I'll tag this county commissioner paying himself a check on the way out. All of them. It's so corrupt. They abuse. I mean, I'm full of AML, critical condition, kicked off freaking Medicaid. Why I'm on the fly? I was a millionaire. I mean, I can't talk about infamous long bloodlines on both sides. Ella Potter Hunsaker, Ike Potter's last living granddaughter, married to I could write 100 books. All this restoration's mine, all of it on the mighty Meyloma. Talk about hanging from a tower. I'm the guy that fixed all that. By the way, my grandsons play soccer with his great-grandsons, and they use fake names. But I'm friends with Matthew Browning IV. He's a beautiful 8-year. He's a good soccer player too. Their little team, my two grandsons, both a week apart, 2011. I call them my pair of 11s. The year that I was given a death sentence. They were born in the March of 2011. That month. They haven't lost a soccer game in 3 years. My old coach, when I was the great wrestler and freaking got kicked off, or just go after me. The abuse has gone on here forever. Tear down. They took down the street signs that were named after Mormon church leaders 100 years ago, less than 100 years ago. Put up Washington Boulevard. They're named after presidents. So there's your history. So you want to know? The New Deal was cracked in. The World Bank's right there down there on the corner. I'll bet when I go across it. I'm the guy that got this up. Well, me and the attorney that got killed. I wrote a great poem called The Old Attorney. This is right before I got cancer. I got cancer in 2011, as you know, given 2 months to live. Wells Fargo, take it down. That's first cure. That's where the World Bank was. All of it right here. I'll write 100 books. The standards, I am the media. So the royalty, Governor Herbert, fucking low-living congressmen, pieces of shit, they walk around like they're monarchies. Beethoven. Black hand. All roads lead to Mozart. All roads lead to Vienna. All roads lead to Ogden, Utah. All roads lead to Kevin Blanch. Fuck, I won't stop there. I walk right through Herbert and freaking Rob Bishop's wannabe ABE. That got stole from me too. Played right out of Japan. The imperialist freaking called Fukushima, Japan. The imperialist called Abi. The wannabes. I walk right through. They should step aside for me. Stay in tuned.